Welcome to another episode of Explore. We've had a fun-filled year.
I'm exhausted
already.
I'm exhausted.
We're how many days? What is today? The third, fourth? I've lost track.
Today's Wednesday.
See, that's terrible. We're so tired we don't even know what day it is.
Today's the 4th.
It is the 4th, so I was right.
Oh,
4
man.
days after Rockin' New Year's Eve, and you're still tired?
I am. Well, January 1st, we got up after I got to bed finally at 5. You got to bed probably a little earlier just because I couldn't fall asleep. I got to bed at 5, got up at 8:30, met as a family. I got to bed that night and slept, and then the next day I was at the campground putting up a tent. I mean, I passed a kidney stone.
Oh my!
I've been on
I've
been on Percocet, which is probably bad to say. I'm exhausted.
I feel fine.
I'm exhausted.
And I'm older than you.
That's okay. I'm fatter than you.
That's true. But, it was a great turnout. By 8 o'clock, all the rain was gone. For people that were like, oh, it's still raining, I'm not going, you missed out.
Yeah, good weather.
Perfect weather. Warm. I mean, I love that. I mean, the first one I did, it was 7 degrees.
Yeah, Michelle commented on that. She's like, the first one, it was like single digits. So.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was good weather.
But this one was perfect.
Agreed.
Good funnel cakes, good hot dogs. You did the hot dogs.
Good Lord. That's a lot of hot dogs.
Yep.
And it really wasn't as many as I thought it was. I think we did like 600-700 hot dogs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a lot.
That's hoofing it in 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
we did well. We have this whole contraption and the setup, and so
and thanks to all of our Haitian friends who helped you serve all the hot dogs. We really appreciate that.
They were a big help.
Yep, and they helped us ring in the new year. I don't know what like the Haiti custom is for New Year, but they seemed pretty cheerful and happy. And
they enjoyed it.
We were all celebrating it. And
I mean, it's not. I mean, listen, seeing fireworks like 100 yards away, maybe 200.
That was pretty cool.
It's rare. I mean, that's something people normally don't see.
It was an excellent fireworks show.
It was nice.
Excellent fireworks show. Band was good. Thanks to Mike I for coming down and playing for us. Enjoyed that. The Jesus Clutter Jam Band.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
It was it was good. I mean, I was busy. People seemed to enjoy themselves. Great weather, lots of fun. And I take pride in this. There was no line at the hot dog station all night. I made sure. I said, listen, we're not going to have a line. People want a hot dog. I want to give them a hot dog right away.
Oh, I thought you meant after the first person ate one, everyone was like, stay away from the hot dogs. No. So there wasn't a line.
they were Oscar Mayer. So they were good hot dogs.
They were very good hot dogs.
But no, we didn't have a line. I know funnel cakes was our aunt, our mother, the pastor, and
their cousin.
Yeah, so we were picking on them because their line for funnel cakes was like forever.
Yeah, I think Michaela said Sam said he waited an hour to get up there and them close it down.
And it was 11:30. They shut down for the night. Poor Sam.
Poor Sam.
Pastor's like, we'll make you a funnel cake.
Yeah, we had to cut it off sometime because we were getting ready for 2023.
It is here. I'm not having to write any checks yet because now everything's electronically. But normally that's when I'd mess up.
Yeah,
right in the day.
I think the banks gave you like a little leeway for the first couple weeks or something until everyone got 23.
Yeah,
or whatever year it was locked into their mind.
So you've done this.
This would have been my 9th year.
9th year. This is my first year. So what do you think? What was the most memorable thing you did this year to the past 8 years?
Well, there wasn't much that was different. I mean, each year that we did it, we maybe we took something away, but put something in new to kind of keep it fresh. But the horses are always
the line,
always the draw. I mean, people love the horse-drawn sled rides through the park.
Yeah,
they're gorgeous horses.
And we had April Wolf, who actually I graduated Petersburg with. Mm-hmm. She came and helped. I think Lisa helped a little bit there. I don't remember how long, but. So there was a line there all night. There was.
Yeah. And so I like that. It was a lot different for me because when we first started Rockin' New Year's Eve, I was just kind of getting into running sound. And I know, of course, our band used to play then, and it would take us a good solid 6 hours to set everything up, just sound wise. Because, like I said, I was new. I was like, I didn't know how to hook this stuff up. Now that this is what I do for a living, I had the sound totally hooked up in 2 hours.
So what did you do the rest of the day then?
Then run around and put out fires.
Can you name a few of them since I didn't see you do anything else?
Yeah. Well, that's because you weren't there. I got there at 7 and did not leave until 2 o'clock that next morning.
We met at the church. Actually, I left at 7 to pick up people. We met at the church at 9-ish. And then I left at 2:30.
Yeah, you disappeared for like 5 hours or something.
I was at home for 2 hours. We took the kids home.
Here's the question: Did you nap?
No. Yes, I did. Absolutely.
I knew that was a given.
Yeah, I took a nap.
But it was good. Listen, our daughters worked the money booth, and yes, and they got to see firsthand how you serve a community.
True.
And that, as Christians, that's one of the things that we believe: serving others, helping others. So I was very proud of them for doing that. One of the young ladies, at the very last person at the end of the night, won $275 out of the money booth.
Very nice.
And I heard her as I was counting it. She was like, telling her friend, "This is such a blessing. This is going to be such a blessing for us." So, I mean, when you hear stuff like that,
it's good.
It's like, good. I'm happy.
Yeah. And all of this happened and came together because of the community financially helping. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because we have the list of all of our sponsors, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we're serving the community, but the community is backing us in this event, serving the community.
Yeah.
Of course, Love Christian Assembly did the overwhelming majority of everything with it. Got to give a shout out because it was nice not having to do this. The 304 Elite Riding Club.
Yes.
Changing the trash bags all night and making the fires were great. Yeah. That was such a load off not having to do that.
It was good. It was good. And it's Eric.
Eric Hardy.
He's kind of the head of it, so to say.
Yeah.
So that was very nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So big ups to his boys for helping do that.
Many hands make light work.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. This was the first time after 8 years being gone. So we guesstimated 750, 850. We're guessing.
Yeah.
But I was saying when we came home, actually the next day we had lunch at your house, and we were talking about what do we do different if we redo this, right? And I'm saying if we redo this and we get thousands of people like you had in the past, it takes time to build it up. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I mean, we're gonna need big time community help. Big time community help.
We are.
I'm proud of what our church accomplished, though, with the few people that we have out there. And like I said, it took a whole crew just to do the sound. Now it's a little bit easier because I can bang it all out myself. Not a problem.
It was good. I mean, we had Mike Kessner driving the side by side
with the little train, which the kids, they love that.
He was doing it all night.
Yeah,
so he was busy. We had
the popcorn.
Mary, Michaela, Lovely, Exilia, Vicky doing popcorn. We had Michelle and Denise and Lisa doing drinks. We had Ramiro and Monique.
They were mixing the funnel cakes and making all the so there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't see.
Yeah.
Those two stayed in all night
in the kitchen,
just making hot chocolate and mixing funnel cake mix.
Yeah, I think finally at the end they got to get out at the last minute. They were caught up.
Yeah. Your wife and my wife, they were in charge of the money booth. When I said you could register for your chance to go in the money booth, that line reached all the way to the other side of the parking lot. Nice. I was like, oh my dear. So all they were doing all night was taking names down.
But I mean, if I'm speaking out of place, correct me, but I think you gave up to like almost $1,000 in cash.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty close. And we were given up to 1,000, and it might have been like 850 or something like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, pretty close.
It was good.
Yeah.
People got to walk away with some cash and all the whole works. So.
Yeah. And all of this, I mean, the fire and inflation, it happens. It's happening now. We're living it. This is my first year to see the inflation in action. Because I'll be honest, from the very first year we did Rockin' New Year's Eve till we did it at 8 years in a row, I believe. The costs did not change. We paid the same for fireworks the first year that we paid the last year.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah. So that's an 8-year span where you didn't see inflation. Now the fireworks were up about 50 to 75%.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
So it was
I'm not
because of
shocked.
our sponsors that with inflation, we were
could
able to
afford to
do
do it.
this. And we had a budget, and we tried to do as much as we possibly could, but stay in that budget. And I think we did a very good job.
I think so. I mean, think just not about inflation. Eggs. I heard about this.
Yeah.
$8.99 for 18 eggs.
Yeah.
It used to be $2.99 a year ago, or maybe 18 months ago. But $8.99 for 18 eggs?
It's everything.
No. It's everything.
Yeah, but that's really...
That's like... I mean,
that's why when people come by and they're like, here, we have the double yolked eggs, I jump on that.
And interestingly, I just got a text from Karen as we sat down to start it saying, I have eggs in town.
I'm ready.
So I texted her back. I'm like, yay. That's funny.
Because that's awesome. But we'll go through and thank some of all of our sponsors because without the community chipping in, it really makes it hard to do. We're still in discussions about next year. I know people want this to come back. It's a huge event, and if the community is behind us, I mean, I'm all for it, and it does take.
They appear to be.
They appear to be.
Which is great.
So we'll just kind of go back and forth so people don't get bored of hearing us. But Summit Community Bank, John Athey, Brookdale Farms. Not only did they help us monetarily, but they allowed us to rent the train, which was very nice.
Yep.
Kids love that.
Billy Wetzel was there.
He was there last night.
He made a donation, but he ate his donation in hot dogs.
I saw him around the funnel cake machine too, so he might have went over.
I'm kidding, Billy. I'm kidding. Even though I give him 1 or 2 hot dogs.
Wayne's County Fresh Meats.
And actually, Wayne's County Fresh Meats is from Kaiser and Fort Ashby. An employee was here from Wayne's County Fresh Meat at the event.
Cool.
An employee and his whole family. So.
Well, in the heat of it, we were getting Oakland, Romney, Kaiser. They were coming from all over.
I believe that.
Yeah. Third Base, Sites Excavating, Cheetah Bees,
Grant County Bank, Pendleton Bank. Man, I gotta go see an eye doctor.
That's bad.
So Grant County, Pendleton County Bank, Stockyard. Actually, we did a big fundraiser. And that was something.
Yeah.
The Stockyard in Moorfield allowed us to do a fundraiser.
Yeah, that was nice. That
And
actually
we
helped
sold
out.
chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, the whole
And I
works.
think we're gonna look at doing some fundraisers throughout the year to continue to do this too.
And my friend, I gotta say, this is Klein's Furniture. His name is Justin, and I sat in a chair with him for like an hour, just talking. I almost fell asleep, not because of him, just because I was so relaxed. But when he heard about it, he's like, absolutely. So a big thanks.
Property Marketing, Judy's Drugstore,
Darren, yep.
Duke McDaniel, Grant Memorial Hospital, D&D Plumbing.
They do all the plumbing for us.
At the campground, yeah.
D&D does. The Shop and Save. Actually, the Shop and Save in Moorfield. And it was, I don't want to say unsolicited, but they like sent a letter.
Yeah.
Saying, we want to give back to the community. We hear what you do. You're helping some love room. You're giving the Christmas Eve that here's a check to come and get anything you wanted. That was
Hawes Shop and Save in Moorfield, but Petersburg Shop and Save, they did just an awesome job on meeting our budget with the hot dogs and the buns. I mean, because we bought 1,000 of each, and that helped us stay in budget. So thanks to them, Danita Alt.
So listen to this. Danita Alt is an attorney from Harrisonburg. Grew up in Upper Track, and she's an attorney from Harrisonburg. And so thank you, Danita. I've never met her face to face. We talked on the phone.
I saw some Upper Track and Franklin people
nice.
At the event as well. Breezewood Adventures, our buddies that help us with all of our canoeing and stuff for the campground. Grant County Mulch, thank you, Janie, very much.
Yep.
Appreciate that. I was talking to her actually the day before New Year's Eve, so New Year's Eve. She was under the weather, and I was just telling her how much I appreciate it, and she was supported 100%. All Construction. Talked to Jason last night at the basketball game.
He was at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, was he? I ran into him at the game last night.
Yeah.
The girls, they had a tough game last night. We'll thank Heritage Hearing.
Okay.
Which goes into poor Kennedy, their daughter. She did something to her knee last night and had to sit out the game.
Gotcha.
But Heritage Hearing really coming in big, helping us out. Alexander Business Consulting Services, Geary and Geary, Jim Cookman, of course, Gary Michael, the city council.
Yep.
I mean,
Big,
letting
big
us
help.
use the parking lot, bring the guys, the city workers. They hung our lights up. They're taking them down. They brought over all the sawhorses so we could block everything off. I mean, they were, matter of fact, Sunday, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I was helping Jim Reel, so we have to thank Jim Reel in the county with the trailer. I was helping Jim Reel close up the trailer, and Terry from the city office came over and was gathering up the trash on Sunday, New Year's Day. So the city, 100% behind us. We appreciate it. The Grand County Commissioners, for all the work that they did helping us out. Of course, they let us use the boat loading area so that we could set off the fireworks. A lot of people don't know this. You have to be so many feet from a power line, so many feet from a building, all these rules. So we were able to, use that. And of course they helped us out tremendously. So appreciate them. Where did we leave off? Take some. I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Berg Insurance was a big help. Pilgrims, of course. Mm-hmm. They've been very helpful. What did I miss here? Is there
Town Acquaintance? It's a store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where, but they reached out to us.
Didn't know that.
And Gold Standard Services, M&M Trucking, and
Peggy and her team.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, guys, everyone, thank you from the bottom of our heart.
I'm so worried to miss somebody, but I'm so bad with my eyes.
I don't think we did. If we did, we apologize. We did not mean to. That's why we kept a running list so that we could thank everyone that helped. If you want to see this again next year, leave comments. Let us know how much you meant to you. Make sure that you thank those that helped us for being able to bring this back. I mean, we were doing it because it was the church's 30th anniversary. Yeah. But the response is like, it's back. And we were like, it was going to be a one-shot deal, but everyone was like, we're happy it's back. So, if the community's behind us again, I think
I need a dietitian locally.
You need a dietitian. Why?
Just because to stand for first off, we were up for almost 24 hours, and then to stand for most of it, I'm like, man.
I got home and I was worried.
I think we got everybody.
Yeah. When I laid down, I was like, I'm not going to be able to stand up tomorrow. I was a little worried. I hopped right up because I had to be down there to help close up the trailer, unhook the electric. Thanks, Robert, City Councilman Robert. He's the one that hooked up the electric for us. We had to hook it up and make sure we had enough electric to run everything.
Is he an electrician?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's been very nice having him help us. He's actually my boss with the pool now. So if there's electrical issues, which we actually did have some this year, it's nice to be able to call him and have him there and help us out. Yeah. So it was fun. What did you think? Because this was your first year. What were your thoughts? Less than you thought, more than you thought, work-wise, or?
It was less work than I thought on the day of.
Well, like you disappeared for 5 hours, so I understand that.
I did go home for 2 hours with the family, yes. I left from 2:30 to 4:30. But everything was done. And so a big help. I mean, really, we do a lot of transportation, and we picked up a van load of helpers in Moorfield that work at Pilgrims, and we picked up a load of helpers in Petersburg. And having men just to do like that funnel cake machine is not light.
It's heavy.
And so it was less on the day than I thought it would be. I mean, we were done by 2.
I said, the biggest part of it was doing the sound and the band. And I think we would have been more tired had our band played. Oh, yeah, and that was our original goal, but we had to work the event.
Yeah.
And if you would have had to set up your 2 pianos and the whole drum kit and do the sound check, that's where I think a lot of where I was so exhausted at the end of the night. Usually I wasn't as bad this time. And of course, like I said, it's 8 years later, so I'm 8 years older.
Yeah, well, you look younger, Jerry.
I know. Thank you. I feel younger. Now, my wife was pregnant the last one.
Yeah. We actually yesterday.
She moaned and complained as much this year as she did when she was pregnant. So nothing changed.
That's okay. But thanks to your stepson, didn't mention him. He actually helped me last night. We went down to the parking
Pick up
lot,
the fire barrels,
emptied the barrels. Thanks for the fire department for putting out the barrels because we were talking about that. We're like, what do we do?
And the fire department let us use the Welton Room kitchen, and at the end of the night putting out, but the shot on top of the ladder. And I used it in my video. If you want to see our video, I've posted it all over social media. I did a little video up of the evening, and they got on the ladder, shot it. I mean, I think it was 100 feet up in the air.
It was high.
It was high. And did an overview and filmed the fireworks.
It was nice.
Really cool.
It was very nice. And my wife, who is not from the area, she said she had an absolute blast. She said she loved it, the fireworks, the siren, because they put off all their truck sirens. So she was really excited about it. So that was a good thing.
I enjoy stuff like that. I love the festivals when I do them. I mean, I know they're a lot of work. They're tiring. But it's something that I do enjoy doing.
Well, my kids said, Dad, what's it like to be up till midnight? Because normally I'm in bed at like 10 or 9. So they're like, what was it like, Dad? And actually, when you're busy working, the time flies.
Yeah, you don't get tired until...
Yeah, until I was time to load up, and I was like...
Yeah, but it was a lot of work, and then having to put the tent up again, you know, the day, 2 days after. It was like, we have to go out here. But the weather was gorgeous.
Very nice.
It wasn't too bad. Took us 8 hours to do the tent.
Well, we stopped and we helped some at the church, took down the stable. I mean, we did that for probably an hour, but it was a long day.
You know, big shout out to our mom, Pastor Dixie, who allowed... I'd been pushing for it to come back, and you kind of came in and said, yeah, I think we should do it, and she went with it. And,
Little did we know, we had someone coming to do funnel cakes.
Yeah.
And they live out towards Wardensville. And they called us. They're like, we're on our way. And they called us like 30 minutes later, like, we can't see. It's foggy. It's rainy, you know. And so they said, we're going to stay back. And so we're looking at each other like, who's going to do funnel cakes?
Yeah, so big thanks to the pastor, who when you have something has to be done, that's what you do. And she was kind of stuck in the funnel cake little room or whatever you want to call it all night until she came up and said a prayer before midnight. And that was very nice, being able to pray everyone into the new year. So I hope everyone has a great 2023. As always, come check us out at Love Christian Assembly. Been getting a lot of social media feedback about our Helpings of Love room. We're going to be doing that. We're getting ready for our big Easter event, which the Helpings of Love room will be open with spring stuff. So for the Christmas, it was all winter stuff.
Yep.
For the Easter event that we do, the Easter egg hunt, it'll be all spring stuff. We've got some other things. We're looking at doing a kind of a Valentine
January
dinner
4th.
Theater murder mystery dinner.
We'll have that finalized by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah,
So we got to get that.
We do. So we got some things that we're going to continue doing. It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be lots of fun.
I'll be exhausted because I think I have, like this week, I have 4 basketball games I DJ.
But you sit.
Yeah, but it's the talk. You hear my voice is a little scratchy.
Yeah, but you have a loud voice. I'm not worried about your voice.
I walk in and everyone's like, "Hey, it's the voice of the South." I'm like, well, at least the voice of the Mason-Dixon line, something.
We're south of the Mason-Dixon line. Yeah.
But I enjoy the games too, seeing everyone out there. But
true.
Yeah, so we got a lot going on.
Congrats, Petersburg, for winning the tournament.
Yeah.
The that was tournament. A good game. I heard I wasn't there, but I heard on Facebook about how rowdy and stuff it was.
It was rowdy. It was rowdy. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yep. And the rowdier it gets, the louder my music gets. Especially when the visiting team thinks that they're going to cheer louder.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
You just blast them.
Yeah. So I apologize to Amanda Campbell, who's always coming over to me going, "Can you turn it down some?"
I will when the game's over.
Yeah. It'll go to 0, trust me, in an hour and a half. So thanks for everyone for all the help. Reach out to any of us if you need anything, and we'll help out. Okay, there it is at the end of the day.
2023.
See ya. Have a great one.